Join me as I dive into this relationship guide and challenge myself to find answers to all your burning questions about love and connection. Have you ever found yourself wondering why relationships can be so complicated? Why we often feel like we're speaking different languages, or that we're stuck in a never-ending cycle of misunderstandings? Well, you're not alone. Searching for answers to our relationship questions is a universal human quest, and understanding the dynamics at play in our personal connections is crucial for building strong, healthy relationships. The truth is, relationships are complex and multifaceted, and what works for one person may not work for another. But that doesn't mean we should give up on seeking answers. By understanding ourselves and others better, we can learn to navigate the ups and downs of relationships with more ease and confidence. So what do you hope to get out of this video? Are you looking for a magic solution to fix all your relationship woes, or are you willing to dig deeper and explore the intricacies of human connection? Whatever your goal, I invite you to join me on this journey as we explore the world of relationships together. Relationships can be messy and unpredictable, but that's what makes them so rich and rewarding. So let's dive in and see what we can discover. Communication is the foundation upon which relationships are built, right? But how often do we really communicate effectively with our partners? We say things, but do we really hear each other? And what about when things get tough? Do we shut down or lash out? Effective communication is key to resolving conflicts and building trust, but it's easier said than done. Trust is the glue that holds relationships together. But what happens when that trust is broken? Can it ever be rebuilt, or is it lost forever? How do we even begin to build trust in the first place? These are questions that plague many of us, and yet we often don't know where to start in terms of building and maintaining trust in our relationships. Emotional disconnect. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions with your partner? Like you're living separate lives even when you're in the same room? It's a scary feeling, but it's more common than you might think. So, how do we bridge that gap and reconnect with our partners on a deeper level? We've all been there, feeling like we're stuck in a rut, like we're just sleepwalking through our relationships. But what if I told you that there's hope, that there are real, practical solutions out there that can help you break free from these patterns and build a more fulfilling, meaningful connection with your partner? One of the biggest challenges we face in relationships is our own emotional baggage. We bring our past experiences, our fears, and our insecurities into our relationships, and they can wreak havoc if we're not careful. So how do we deal with these underlying issues? How do we confront our own demons and emerge stronger on the other side? The truth is, relationships are a journey, not a destination. There's no magic formula for making everything perfect, but there are strategies and techniques that can help us navigate the ups and downs with more ease. It's about being willing to do the work, to confront our own flaws and imperfections, and to learn to communicate effectively with our partners. But what about when things get really tough, when the going gets rough and we feel like throwing in the towel? How do we find the strength to keep going, to keep fighting for our relationships, even when it feels like everything is against us? One of the most important things we can do in relationships is to practice empathy, to put ourselves in our partner's shoes and try to see things from their perspective. It's not always easy, but it's a game changer when we get it right. We've all heard the phrase opposites attract, but what happens when those opposing forces start to clash? How do we navigate the inevitable conflicts that arise when we're with someone who is fundamentally different from us? The answer lies in finding common ground. It's about being willing to listen, to compromise, and to find creative solutions to the problems that arise. It's not always easy, but it's worth it in the end. Another major challenge we face in relationships is the fear of vulnerability. We're scared to open up, to let our guard down, and to be truly seen by our partners. But what if I told you that vulnerability is actually a strength, not a weakness? That it's the key to building deep, meaningful connections with others? The truth is, relationships are a journey of growth and self-discovery. They're an opportunity to learn more about ourselves, to challenge ourselves, and to emerge stronger on the other side. So how do we cultivate this sense of vulnerability, this willingness to be open and honest with our partners? One of the most powerful things we can do in relationships is to practice gratitude, to focus on the good rather than the bad. It's not always easy, but it can make all the difference in the world. Relationships are all about compromise, right? We give a little, we take a little, and we hope that everything works out in the end. But what if I told you that there's a better way? That there's a way to compromise without sacrificing our own needs and desires? The answer lies in understanding our own values and boundaries. It's about being clear on what's non-negotiable for us and what we're willing to compromise on. It's not always easy, but it's a game changer when we get it right. So what's the secret to making relationships work? Is it about finding the perfect partner, or is it about becoming the perfect partner ourselves? The answer is, it's a little bit of both. It's about finding someone who is compatible with us, who shares our values and our vision for the future. But it's also about becoming the best version of ourselves, about growing and evolving as individuals. That's where the real magic happens. One of the most transformative approaches to relationships is the concept of mindfulness. It's about being present, being aware, and being fully engaged in the moment. It's not always easy, but it can make all the difference in the world. Mindfulness allows us to respond rather than react to the challenges that arise in our relationships. It allows us to stay grounded, to stay calm, and to stay focused on what really matters. The truth is, relationships are a journey, not a destination. They're an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to evolve as individuals. So how do we apply these lessons in our own lives? How do we take these insights and turn them into real, tangible results? One of the most important things we can do is to cultivate a sense of empathy and compassion for ourselves. It's about being kind, being gentle, and being understanding with ourselves as we navigate the ups and downs of relationships. It's about recognizing that relationships are a journey, not a destination. It's about being patient, being persistent, and being willing to do the work. The answer to all our relationship questions is not some magic formula or quick fix. It's about being willing to do the work, to confront our own flaws and imperfections, and to learn to communicate effectively with our partners. So what's the takeaway from all of this? What's the key insight that can help us transform our relationships and build stronger, more meaningful connections with others? The answer is, it's all about us. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves, about growing and evolving as individuals. That's where the real magic happens. That's where we'll find the answers to all our relationship questions. So what's the most important thing we've learned on this journey together? It's that relationships are complex, multifaceted, and messy, but they're also incredibly rewarding, incredibly beautiful, and incredibly worth it. Remember, relationships are a journey, not a destination. They're an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to evolve as individuals. So take these lessons, take these insights, and apply them in your own life. See how they can transform your relationships and build stronger, more meaningful connections with others. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of relationships. If you've got a burning question about love and connection, be sure to leave it in the comments below. And if you want to dive deeper into this topic, be sure to check out our next video on. See you in the next one.